Disgaea 5 Complete throws players into a wild, over-the-top tactical RPG full of absurd humor, massive damage numbers, and endless customization. Its depth is incredible, whether leveling characters into the thousands or diving into item worlds for loot. There's always something to do. The combat is clever and strategic, with room for creative thinking. With vibrant visuals, quirky characters, and addictive progression systems, it's a delight for fans of strategy and grinding that keeps things fresh through sheer variety. Turok 2 Seeds of Evil brings back that nostalgic late 90s action with a satisfying mix of sci-fi and prehistoric mayhem. The cerebral bore weapon remains a brutal favorite, and the level design rewards exploration with a real sense of scale. Enemies react with gruesome detail, and the ambient soundtrack sets a moody tone. It's an intense journey through twisted environments packed with inventive weapons, clever objectives, and a dark atmosphere that still holds strong after all these years. Door Kicker's Action Squad is a fast-paced side-scrolling shooter that rewards quick thinking and smart tactics. With a retro art style and catchy soundtrack, it captures the feel of classic arcade action. Each mission demands planning and precision, making every breach exciting. The variety of classes and unlockables keeps things fresh without feeling overwhelming. It's easy to jump into but has enough depth to stay engaging. A solid choice for fans of action and strategy with a retro kick. World of Goo 2 builds on its predecessor with clever puzzles, a quirky aesthetic, and physics-based gameplay that keeps things creative and unpredictable. Each level adds new mechanics, encouraging inventive solutions while maintaining a consistent tone. The Goo Balls have a strange appeal, and the world they inhabit is strange in the best way. With a thoughtful soundtrack and a strong visual identity, this sequel pulls players into a world that feels both weird and wonderfully imaginative. Timespinner captures the essence of classic Metroidvanias with its detailed pixel art, responsive combat, and engaging time manipulation mechanics. The story unfolds with emotional weight, supported by a rich soundtrack and atmospheric environments. Exploration feels rewarding, and the pacing keeps momentum steady. Boss battles challenge without feeling unfair, and the ability system adds welcome depth. A nostalgic yet fresh journey that respects its inspirations while adding its own distinct identity to the genre. Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked brings back the jetpack-fueled heroics of Sparkster with vibrant visuals and satisfying gameplay. The controls feel responsive, and each level keeps the pace exciting with creative enemies and clever stage design. The soundtrack hits with nostalgic energy, and the combat balances fast action with just enough challenge. A fantastic return for fans of classic side-scrollers, packed with heart and powered by pure arcade fun. A retro revival done with respect and energy. Flinthook hooks players fast with its snappy controls, addictive roguelike progression, and crisp pixel art. Each run is fast-paced, rewarding precise grappling, quick reflexes, and smart upgrades. The catchy soundtrack keeps energy high while procedurally generated chips ensure no two raids feel the same. It's fast, fun, and easy to return to again and again. A game that keeps momentum going without losing focus, making each moment feel earned and engaging. An excellent ride through pixelated pirate chaos. Everhood 2 dives into surreal rhythm combat with a bold artistic flair and a soundtrack that pulses with personality. Each battle feels like a dance through chaos, with mesmerizing visuals and hypnotic beats guiding the way. Dialogue leans into the weird and philosophical, making every encounter feel meaningful. It's strange in the best way, funny, thought-provoking, and wildly unpredictable. For those craving something different and unforgettable, this is a journey worth taking, full of style and strange magic at every turn. Fairy Fencer F. Advent Dark Force impresses with its flashy combat, anime-inspired visuals, and a fun mix of strategy and storytelling. Characters are quirky and memorable, and the branching story paths add replay value. The customization through Furies and Fairy abilities keeps battles engaging, and the soundtrack matches the fantasy vibe perfectly. There's a solid mix of humor and drama, making each chapter feel meaningful. Fans of turn-based RPGs will appreciate the depth and variety tucked into every encounter.
Deliver your final blow.
Aeon Must Die slams onto the screen with a fierce art style and a thunderous soundtrack that fuels every clash. The combat rides on aggressive momentum, rewarding precision and risk. Its neon-drenched world feels volatile, like it could explode at any moment. The voice acting crackles with intensity, pushing the story's vengeance-fueled narrative forward. For those craving a bold visual punch and unforgiving action, this game slashes a memorable path through its stylish chaos. A bold, relentless descent into futuristic fury. Sonic Mania brings back the fast-paced, retro magic that made the Blue Blur a legend. Classic levels are reimagined with smart twists, while new zones feel right at home in the series. The pixel art and catchy soundtrack hit all the right nostalgic notes. Controls feel smooth and responsive, perfect for speedrunning or casual play. It's a confident return to Sonic's roots, filled with momentum, color, and energy that keeps the action moving at just the right pace throughout the journey. Skul the Hero Slayer is a fast-paced action roguelite that thrives on variety and momentum. With each Skul granting new abilities, combat stays fresh and exciting across every run. The pixel art is vibrant, and the soundtrack drives the pace perfectly. Boss fights bring just the right level of challenge, pushing for quick thinking and adaptability. A great choice for those who enjoy dynamic combat and experimenting with unique character builds. The replay value stays strong with every attempt. No More Heroes 3 explodes with outrageous style, unfiltered humor, and gloriously over-the-top combat. Travis Touchdown's return is packed with wild boss fights, slick animations, and absurd storytelling that never takes itself too seriously. Combat is energetic with flashy moves and quirky mechanics that keep things interesting. The punk rock aesthetic and eclectic soundtrack push the game's chaotic vibe to new heights. For those craving something bold, weird, and unapologetically loud, this game hits the mark with confidence. The Legend of Heroes series portrays a big class reunion, including a broadcast of individuals from several countries. The game features new combat elements, such as summoning mechs, using auto-battle, and wielding the formidable lost arts. Players may also play mini-games such as Vantage Master fishing and puzzle games. The Erebonian Empire is on the verge of total conflict, and the disappearance of Rian Schwarzer, the hero of the Erebonian civil conflict, heightens the strain. Class 7 students must band together with heroes from all around the land to avoid total catastrophe.
Oh, we know what we gotta do.
Save this place.
At this rate, everyone's gonna get arrested!
Master Detective Archives. Rain Code pulls players into a rain-soaked city wrapped in mystery and style. The world feels alive, thanks to clever design and sharp writing. Puzzles feel satisfying without slowing momentum, while the characters leave a strong impression through quirky dialogue and striking visuals. The shifting mystery labyrinths keep things fresh, and the soundtrack fits every mood. A strong choice for those who enjoy storytelling with flair and puzzles that make you think without becoming tedious.
Don't matter. I will fight.
Streets of Rage 4 is an exciting game that pays homage to the legendary trilogy by bringing new gameplay, hand-drawn graphics, and a fantastic soundtrack. Players may team up with known characters like Axel, Blaze, and Adam, as well as newcomers Floyd Iraya and Cherry Hunter. The game boasts new actions and great songs, and players can relive memories by unlocking and playing as their favorite pixelated characters in stunning HD hand-drawn landscapes. The game provides a nostalgic experience with vintage sound effects and music from the original games. Lightfall is a visually striking platformer with a unique mechanic, the Shadow Core, which players can summon to create their own platforms. This clever feature adds depth to both movement and puzzle solving, making traversal feel fresh and rewarding. The atmospheric world of Numbra, paired with its moody soundtrack and smooth controls, builds an engaging rhythm that keeps momentum high. As a side-scrolling adventure, it's paced smartly and leaves a lasting impact through its inventive level design and bold artistic direction. River Tales, Stronger Together is a delightful co-op adventure that thrives on teamwork and heart. The vibrant environments and clever puzzles encourage communication and coordination between players, making every level feel rewarding. The visual style is bright and appealing, while the dynamic between the characters adds warmth and humor. Music and sound effects match the mood without being overwhelming. A refreshing game that encourages connection and cooperation in a light-hearted, energetic way rarely seen in platformers today. Pirates Outlaws sails smoothly with its deck-building mechanics and turn-based combat, keeping battles fresh with strategic depth and a solid variety of cards. The art style gives off a distinct hand-drawn vibe, making each run through its roguelike seas feel inviting. Each chapter builds momentum with new challenges and pirate crews to conquer, a solid pick for those who enjoy card strategy with a nautical twist, especially with the satisfying sense of progression and unlockable content pushing things forward. Evergate is a captivating platformer that combines thoughtful puzzles with serene exploration. The game's art style creates a peaceful atmosphere, inviting players to immerse themselves in its tranquil world. Controls feel smooth and intuitive, making navigation satisfying and enjoyable. The story unfolds with gentle emotion, encouraging reflection without overwhelming. Puzzle variety keeps the gameplay engaging without frustration. This game creates a calm, rewarding journey that feels both meaningful and refreshing. GetsuFumaDen Undying Moon is a hack-and-slash game that combines strong roguelike action with a gloomy fantasy realm based on traditional Japanese painting. Players must use the Getsu clan's weaponry and powers to kill several death and descend further into hell to destroy the cause of the disaster. The game includes dynamic 2D animations, as well as deadly boss confrontations with reanimated demon lords, centipedes, and hydras. Players can also employ the immersive weapon upgrading system, which allows them to gather, improve, and unlock abilities for primary and sub-weapons. Prodeus is an exhilarating first-person shooter that captures the raw intensity of classic shooters while injecting a fresh dose of energy. The weapon variety is satisfying, and the combat feels visceral and rewarding. Levels are creatively designed, keeping players engaged with a steady flow of enemies and explosive action. The retro-inspired visuals combined with modern effects create a unique atmosphere that keeps the adrenaline pumping. This game is a must-play for fans of old-school shooters craving a new challenge. Disco Elysium: The Final Cut is a fascinating role-playing game that expands on the breakthrough experience of the original. To discover the truth as a detective in Revachol, you must travel a city block full with colorful personalities and fascinating narratives. The game includes thought-provoking interrogations in which you converse with individuals about their motivations, secrets, and opinions. The game also features sophisticated murder mysteries, which test your reasoning abilities and allow you to make decisions that can lead to moral ambiguity.
To reality, baby.
Ori and the Blind Forest is a captivating journey through a lush, vibrant world filled with heartfelt storytelling and emotional depth. The gameplay challenges and rewards exploration, with thoughtful platforming and puzzles that feel satisfying to overcome. The soundtrack complements the mood perfectly, enhancing every moment without overwhelming it. This edition enriches the original with added content that deepens the narrative and broadens the immersive environment. Truly a memorable adventure worth playing. The Messenger is a clever and engaging platformer that takes players on a nostalgic journey through retro-inspired levels filled with creative challenges. The game's clever use of time travel between 8-bit and 16-bit styles adds depth and variety to the gameplay, keeping things fresh throughout. Its humor and clever writing add personality without overshadowing the solid mechanics. The progression feels rewarding, and the soundtrack perfectly complements the adventure, making it a memorable and fun quest. Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap brings classic action platforming to life with vibrant hand-drawn art and engaging gameplay. Transforming into different characters adds depth and variety, making exploration rewarding. The music complements the atmosphere perfectly, enhancing the nostalgic vibe without feeling outdated. Challenges feel fair and encourage thoughtful strategy, while the world design invites curiosity and skillful navigation. This game is a delightful journey for fans of retro-inspired adventures. Cult of the Lamb is a bizarrely brilliant blend of cute and creepy, mixing colony management with roguelike dungeon crawling. Leading a cult as an adorable lamb shouldn't be this fun, but the game nails its tone perfectly. The art style is charmingly twisted, the gameplay loop is addictive, and the balance between building your cult and fighting through dungeons feels just right. It's quirky, darkly humorous, and surprisingly deep. Every choice you make feels meaningful, creating a truly unique and memorable experience. Blazing Chrome is a thrilling run-and-gun game that captures the essence of classic action shooters with intense combat and vibrant pixel art. The levels are challenging and packed with enemies, making every moment exciting. The variety of weapons and boss fights keep players engaged, while the co-op mode adds a fun layer of teamwork. Fans of retro games will appreciate the nostalgic design combined with modern gameplay mechanics that keep the adrenaline pumping throughout. A solid pick for action lovers. Windjammers 2 is an exciting reboot of the iconic arcade disc-slinging action, and it captures the fast-paced, competitive excitement. The hand-drawn images are brimming with energy, and the polished mechanics make each match seem furious but accessible. Whether you're curving shots, blasting super moves, or diving for a last-second save, the action is immensely entertaining. Online and local multiplayer keep the action moving, making it a must-have for competitive players. If you enjoy arcade sports, Windjammers 2 is pure, high-energy fun on the Switch. Shining Resonance Refrain brings a vibrant world to life with anime-inspired visuals, heartfelt characters, and a solid combat system. The musical theme adds a unique flavor, with battles that feel rhythmic and engaging. Switching between characters in real time adds welcome variety. The narrative keeps things moving with a mix of emotion and action. A strong sense of atmosphere and tone makes each location memorable. For those seeking a JRPG with personality and warmth, this is a solid pick. Ys Origin is a fast-paced, action-packed jewel for the Nintendo Switch. With its smooth combat, intriguing plot, and addicting RPG growth, this prequel to the long-running Ys series is an exciting ride. The inclusion of 3 distinct characters increases replayability, while tight platforming and exciting boss confrontations keep the adrenaline level high. The game plays beautifully on Switch, making it ideal for portable gameplay. Whether you're a series veteran or a beginner, Ys Origin's blend of traditional dungeon crawling and modern polish makes it a must-play for action RPG enthusiasts. Road Redemption is an exciting racing game in which players must guide their motorcycle gang on a voyage of speed, carnage, and unrelenting pursuit. The game has a large number of devastating weaponry, 2-player split-screen co-op gameplay, a complete skill tree, and a complex motorbike combat system. To win, players must travel friendly and hostile gang regions while employing various weapons and resources. Despite death, players save their progress and awards, allowing them to rejoin the race and continue their quest for victory. Rune Factory 3 Special creates a relaxing rhythm of life and adventure where farming, friendships, and dungeon crawling naturally fall into place. The refreshed visuals and improved mechanics bring new life to a beloved classic, while the whimsical world and cast remain as endearing as ever. Combat feels smooth, and daily routines are satisfying without becoming repetitive. A welcome return that rewards patience, curiosity, and a love for lighthearted fantasy woven into everyday moments. Trek to Yomi is a fascinating swordsman adventure game that transports players on a journey of peril, sacrifice, and self-discovery. The game's beautiful visuals capture the essence of traditional samurai flicks, bringing the setting to life with astonishing realism. The fighting mechanism is simple and straightforward, allowing players to deliver precise sword blows and engage in fierce duels. The plot concentrates upon tragedy and redemption, with players following Hiroki's personal development and change. The music, which combines melancholy melodies and adrenaline-pumping tunes, Nexomon captures the nostalgic spirit of classic monster-catching games with colorful visuals, clever writing, and a generous lineup of creatures to discover. The turn-based combat is easy to learn, yet satisfying, and the witty dialogue adds personality to every encounter. Exploration feels rewarding, and the art style pops with personality. With its vibrant world and solid mechanics, Nexomon proves to be a fun and engaging journey that brings plenty of heart and humor throughout the adventure. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome!
In the face.